34 armor, -2. Plus 14 dexterity, traveling. Ghoul shell. Rare chest armor. Osran. Weapons. New stock delivery. 163,981 gold, 165,699, 167,837 gold. Marked as junk. Character. Marked, Adroit Uncommon Bow. Magic Bow. Infinite 9. Kyovashat Gatehouse. Creeping Hatred. Speak with Crusader Damned. Father's Cross. Southeast Foothills. Event joined. Liberation. Enter Radiance Field Cemetery. Liberation. Enter Radiance Field Cemetery. Creeping Hatred. Containers. Bone Warrior. 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 Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Skeleton. Unburied Remains. Bottom action button. Interact. Skeleton. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior Captain. Shock. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Archer. Right action button. To duck. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Unburied Remains. Bottom action button. Interact. Bone Warrior Corpse Bow. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior Corpse. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior Unburied Remains. Bottom action button. Interact. Unburied Remains. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior. Unburied Remains. Bottom action button. Interact. Bone Warrior Corpse Axe. Shocking Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Life 90%. Bone Warrior Corpse Axe. Life 68. Shocking Bone Warrior Captain. Elite. Life 58%. Wretched Bone Warrior Archer. Life 79%. Wretched Bone Warrior Unburied Remains. Bottom action button. Interact. Defeat Jilbard Frostbite. Bone Warrior. Jilbard Frostbite. Bone Warrior. Life 94%. Greater Radiant Chest. Bottom action button. Interact. Character. Vampire's Simple Crossbow. Character. Special. 100. Subterfuge skills outweak and debilitate enemy. Mending Obscurity. Rank 2/3. Mending Obscurity. Southeast Foothills. Containers. Ability, Vampire's Simple Crossbow. Triumphant Reinforced Crossbow, Eternity Bounty. Rare Ring. 240, Bond Destroyer, Rogue, Forge Mayhem. Rare Gloves. 200, Adroit Gauntlets, Precious Coup. Rare Ring. 229 Item Power. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior Blue Stone. Bone Warrior Archer. Blue Stone. Contains Room Band. Chest. Bottom action. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior Archer. Life 84%. Bone Warrior Archer. Containers. Bone Warrior Archer. Containers. Containers. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior Captain. Bone Warrior. Slain Knight Penitent. Short containers. Bone Warrior Archer. Bone Warrior Archer. Life 73%. Bone Warrior. Container. Bone Warrior Archer. Storm Ward. Life 97%. Storm Ward. Prop containers. Storm Ward. Loose stone. Drifters. Prowler. Storm Ward. Prowler. Slain Mon. Mage. Gallo. Hollow Tree. Bottom action button. Interact. Glittering Orbe. Containers. Storm Ward. Pocket Lock. Storm Ward. Pocket Lock. Storm Ward. The Bitter Road. Creeping Hatred. Speak with Crusader Damon. Orvain. Bottom action button. Interact. Lightshade. Bottom action button. Interact. Vengeful Spirit. Life 86%. Vengeful Spirit. Gallovine. Bottom action button. Interact. Last Blade Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Vengeful Spirit. Pots. Basket. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. Spike beam. Basket. Life 96%. Dismal Foot Pots. Spike Fiend. Orvain. Chapter Spike Fiend. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. Pots. Last card. Dismal Foothills. Ouijan Hani. Ouijan waypoint unlocked. Ouijan Hani. The Hell Tide has risen in multiple territories. Carrick, Vampire's Simple Crossbow. Magic Crossbow. 215 item power. 37 damage per Triumphant Reinforced Crossbow. Bond Destroyer. Rare Ring, Rogue Adroit Gauntlets. Magic Gloves, Precious Coup. Rare Ring. 229 item Faith Orders. Rare Ring. 248 item power. Plus 3 points, Raven Prize, Adroit Short Sword. Magic Sword. 200 Skillful Drifter's Pants. Magic Traveling Merchant Mage Clan Signet. Ring. Pilgrim's Cave, Giant Bat, Flesh Crawler, Slain Sailor, Bottom Action Button, Interact, Giant Bat, Giant Bat, Flesh Ripper, Giant Bat, Ward, Giant Bat, Life 85%. Giant Bat, Flesh Ripper, Flesh Eater. Giant Flesh Ripper. Giant Flesh Eater. Ward. Life 75%. Flesh, Giant Bat. Containers. Ward, Flesh Crawler. Orvain, Containers. Life 85%. Contain. Flesh Crawler. Flesh Ripper. Flesh Crawler. Contain. Flesh Eater. Life 95%. NYMYR Highlands. Creeping Hatred. Speak with Crusader Damon. Slain Infected. Bottom Action Button. Interact. Pots. Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit. Basket. Event joined. Mine Here's card. Bottom action button. Outlaw. Light hand. Bloodletter, outlaw, blood outlaw, light hand. Thundering order, bloodletter, outlaw, bloodletter. Thundering ornery, light hand, bloodletter, outlaw, bloodletter, light hand, bloodletter, outlaw, bloodletter, outlaw. Wretched ornery wolfram, bloodletter. Light hand, wretched ornery wolfram, elite, outlaw, light hand, blood letter. Outlaw, light hand. Blood letter, light hand. Life 85%. Outlaw, blood letter, red blood letter, red outlaw, wretch outlaw, blood letter, wretched ordinary blood, outlaw, wars of bloodless. Light hand. Greater radiant
Charge you
check.
extra for that.
Life 95%. Vengeful spirit. 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 Vengeful. Carrick, Vampire Simple Crossbow. Triumph, Eternity Slayer. Rare Ring. 200. Pots. Vengeful Spirit. Pots. Loose Stone. Pots. Loose Stone. Bottom action button. Banshee. Vengeful Spirit. Life 85%. Vengeful Spirit. Loose Stone, glittering or vein. Bottom action button, loose stone. Time worn effigy. Inquisitor, ward. Ward. Life 97%. Ward. Night Penitent. Contraband. Bottom action button. Interact. Faith, Night Penitent. Plague Penitent. Plague Swarm. Plague Swarm. Putrid Wasp. Plague Swarm, Putrid Wasp. Plague Swarm, Spike Basket, Pots. Plague Swarm. Makeshift kit and old lives. Makeshift cage. Bottom action button. Interact. Zarbinzet. Creeping Hatred. Speak with Crusader Damned. Namu, Cyrenio 58.
Lord of Hatred made a
You have reached your destination. What's going on?
Black ichor, thick as mud,
Crusader
from the
Damned.
earth,
Zakarum
tainting
Remnants
all that it
Quartermaster.
touches.
Bottom action button.
Great hulking
Interact.
demons follow in its wake.
Show me my standing with Zakarum Remnants. Current Zakarum Remnants rank. Cyrenio 58. Crusade, Namuun 50. Zakarum Red. How to earn reward. Show me why.
An illness from this accursed swamp.
Show me my standing with the Zakarum. Evangia. Purveyor of curiosities. Unable to sell items to this vendor. 48 murmuring obels. Tunic, gloves, boots, pants, ring, amulet, whispering key, amulet, ring, pants, boots, gloves, tunic. Chest armor. Requires level 19. Cost, 25 obels. Cap. Helm. Requires level 19. Cost, 50 obels. Durability, 100/100. Bottom action.
Until next time.
Left shoulder button. Right shoulder. Character, Vampire Simple Crossbow. Magic Crossbow. 215 item power. Purveyor of curiosities. Unable to sell items to this vendor. 48 Murmuring Obels. Bow. Bow. Requires level 19. Crossbow, cap, tunic. Chest armor. Protection
Very
attrition
nice.
purchased.
But
23
could be
Murmuring
better.
Obels. Left. Character, vampires, triumphant, rogue mode, protection attrition. Rare chest armor. 229 item power. 64 armor, plus 1, visceral shell. Rare chest armor. 226 item power. Purveyor of curiosities. Unable to sell items to the spent. Whispering key purchased. Whispering key purchased. 3 Murmuring Obels. Namuan 58, Byte F. Bottom action button. Interact. The fallow tillage. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Season quest. Season quest. Season quest. Creeping hatred. Defeat a realm walker. Complete a seething realm. Zarbinzet. Namuan 58. Namuan 50. Left shoulder button. Keji stand. Bottom action button. Dry steps. Dry steps. Skoskalan. Fractured peaks. Hawazar. Bottom action button. Nahantu. Keji's. Bottom act. Season quest. Time worn effigy. Hawazar. Bottom action button. Track. Namuan 58. The fallow tillage. Time-worn effigy. Bring the time-worn to Mudal to basket. Bloodletter. Clip lurker. Clip lurker. Clip lurker. Bloodletter. Clip lurker.